Hi guys, I'm still Kurimo, and today let's go back to play with the Lego Manager 2022. And I thought maybe 2 months maybe 2 months or 1 month ago I have just played it, and I teach the day and I choose to play with the Team Solomid, and I have a lot of great players in my team like Caps, Yonkos, Uzi, Dweeby and Faker, and I think most of them are very um, popular, and some of them will think they are the best player of that position, and people think that Faker is the GOAT of League of Legends professional games, and some of people thought that Uzi is the second best player, and some of them think that Uzi is just like some normal players because he just have two LPL champion and one MSI champion, and but he and also he lost two world finals in 2013 2014. So many of the Chinese audiences think that he is not that good, because if he is very very good, and if he has very powerful skills and very smart brains, then he should win those two finals, but not lose for 0-3 and 1-3. And Royal lost the game very ugly, and so people just think that he's not that good. And today we are going to play with JD Gaming, and we have the player um, Clearlove, Kanavi, Zoom, Misaka, and Hubby. And later on, I will talk about those players. And I have just editing with the database, so they have a very high overall point. Because I'm not some player that is very that care a lot about the skills I have. So I just want to play it very easy. So just do it, and I don't want to waste time. So the top lane is Hubby, is a robot, and the jungler is Kanavi, who considered to be one of the best jungler now, and the mid lane is Zoom. I want to form Zoom like a Chinese version of Fudge, who changes from the top lane to the mid lane. And as we all know, that Fudge did a not so good, but I think pretty good line change from top lane to the mid lane, and Submit placed the top lane in C9. Even though they lost to EG, but I still think that Fudge is very successful in the mid lane, and he played very well. So I just want to form Zoom like a Chinese version of you know uh, a Fudge. And I quite like Zoom, this player, because I in 2019 he uses uh, Blanc, and in the game 5 against FunPlus Phoenix, and at that time FunPlus Phoenix is considered to be the best team, and we all think that they are undefeatable, but JD Gaming at that time is only at the maybe eighth in the LPL. So, but they beat down Thomas Phoenix, and they uh, get the qualification to the final of LPL. Even though they lose IG, but I still think that Zoom plays so well at that game. And AD carrier is Misaka, and we all know, not we all know, but I know this Japanese name Misaka. It refers to Misaka Mikoto, a very very famous character in a specific railgun, and support is Clearlove, Clearlove 7. So the top line Hubby, I don't want to talk about it much because I think we still have time during the match, but I still want to think that this is I try to make it like a robot, and Hubby, the name is from a very famous cartoon movie, um, No Game No Life Zero. So the female character, maybe the protagonist, someone think, but I still think she is not the protagonist, and Rick is the protagonist. So, but I still think Hubie is very important in that movie, and she is very, you know, many people love her in that movie, and but Hubie is not the correct uh, spelling. I think she's her name is spelled in a Japanese form, maybe Shubby, Shuby. But I'm not sure. But I still think that Hubie is a very good character, and I want to make her into my team. And by the way, this Misaka is not the real Misaka. I wanted to make a original character that she is a um very well like a veteran player, and she just like Misaka Mikoto, and so she tried to, you know, so she had this ID, this identity of this name. So I don't want to talk much. Let's go to the BB stage, and this time we are play against FunPlus Phoenix, and their top lane is still um uh just one. But I think submit should go now, but maybe they do not upload the game. So I will ban Thresh. Thresh is a, and I will ban Lee Sin. Cleed is a very very good Lee Sin player, I think. In 2020, no. In 2021, he uses Lee Sin against Edward Gaming, the champion of S11, and almost every time he used Lee Sin, the team wins. So I think he is very very good at when he uses Lee Sin. And I will ban Yumi because I forgot to plus Yumi to the champion that Clearlove can play. So just ban it, and it will it will be nice. And they pick Camille for Xiaolao, and I just pick the champions one by one from top lane to the support. I don't want to be some, you know, like some game on the BP, because this is just some informal games, and I do not need to be um very how to say it, very serious. And so I just pick those champions. Which champion did I forgot? Ramos. Every time when I saw the name of Ramos, I was thought about the Ramos in Real Madrid. Uh, the but this Ramos is not that Ramos, so I will pick Ramos for Kanavi. Khalid, which champion will he pick? Garden Force? No, Kai'Sa. They pick Kai'Sa for LWX. And Kier, I think Kier is one of the best junior player now. He is only 18 years old, but he just played so well in FunPlus Phoenix, and in LPL, I think the best mid lane, and not the best mid lane, the best youngest mid lane, maybe Kier, Cream, and Strive, but I think Kier is the best of the three. So I will pick a champion for Zoom. Zoom can play a lot of champions in this version. Maybe I don't know. Oh, he cannot play Oriana. That is something very, very bad. But I will pick Reese for him because Reese is also a top lane champion. So if I pick Reese, then it will be good. And next, they do not pick the jungler, so I will ban Garden Force. They have banned two jungler. I just find Graves and Knightley, and they banned those two champions. And I will ban Kindred. And for the AD carrier, I will pick Lucian for Misaka. and they pick Amumu as jungler. That is something that will make me cry. And they pick the Ice Bird. And I will pick a support champion for Clearlove 7. Maybe not lose. Not lose is a very good champion. I think it has a lot of good functions, and I can still remember the very very good, uh, you know, Nausus players, Nalus players, and the Kaisa plus Nalus, uh, uh, farming. Okay, a double kill for for Clearlove, and then Zoom has got a solo queue, and it's only 7 minutes, and the score has become 12-0, and I think this game will be very very quickly ending, maybe quicker than 15:55, 15:57. It's now 12 minutes, and but we did not destroy those two things. So I think okay. So a 1-for-5, and the ending time is 16:21. So we play so well at this time, but we still cannot play, quicker than 15 minutes and 57 seconds. That means that record is is too ridiculous. So we have won the first training game against FunPlus Phoenix. Okay, let's see the match schedule. Oh, we have already played against RNG, and you know, and FunPlus Phoenix. So let's go to the LPL, the League of Legends Professional League. Is that the real name? I'm not so sure, but LPL is the Chinese league of this game. And let's see the schedule. We'll play against LNG, and it's now called LE and RNG. So in the game, it's also called RNG. I don't know why. I think that this game should have a function that players can switch line, but not just like this, that they cannot switch line. I can just make Zoom, who is record as a top lane, to play the mid lane. So I think they should have a function of switching lines. Just as I think later, in maybe 5 years earlier, people will not think that switching line is a very easy thing. But now switching line has become a very very I will not say easy, but a very normal thing. Fudge, Xiaohu, and there are many other examples who are going to switch in line. Even Steven, who switched from the AD carry to the support. So I think that maybe now switching line can be a very, can be a choice. Maybe not a normal choice, but at least one choice for those players. And I think one of the most, successful line switching will be Ambition, who switched from the mid lane to the jungle and won the world champion in 2017 in Beijing in China. So let's go to the match. JD Gaming playing against LN Gaming. No, LNG Esports. So let's read the point of the game. Team LNG's first league match, will they prove successful? Team JD Gaming's league match, will they prove successful? The LNG's Anna Finn's first appearance this season. What can we expect to see? So this is the lineup. And Kanavi does not have a perfect KDA because he died last game when he used the champion of Ramos. So let's go to the BP stage. So why LNG choose to use a Narfling, but not Ali? I think Ali is a very good player, at least in this game. But I don't know why they choose to uh, use this person, and I will ban all his champions. No, I will not do that. Lu Mao. Lu Mao is a former JD Gaming player, and now he's going to play against JD Gaming. That is something very sad to see. So I will ban Garden Force, Olive, and Xingzhao. I will try to limit the champion that Tarzan can choose. You know, in China, people always say that this LNG, the best player is doing B, and Tarzan is not that important. But I still think that we should limit Tarzan because, you know, I think if LNG is a car, then Tarzan will beat all you. he need to find some chance, and he need to go to gank. So Tarzan is very important in this team. And they choose Rickton, and I will still choose Timo. Timo is very playing. Timo is very fun. Every time I just hate two kind of person. The first one is the one that play Timo, and the second one is the one who stops me from playing Timo. And it is a very bad joke, but I just love it a lot. And I pick the horse, and they pick the thrash, and which one for doing B? Alice for Tarzan. So I will pick a champion for Zoom. It will be last time I picked which champion I forgot. Reeds. I will pick Reeds. And I will try to limit champion that doing B can choose. I will ban this one, and they ban Alistar, and the Brom. They ban two supports, and I will ban the mid lane. I will ban which one? I will ban Oriana, and then I will pick this one for Zoom. Galio for Zoom, Reeds for Hubby, and Timo for Misaka. And for Clearlove, I will PK. I think we need someone who can stand on the front for a long time, so I will pick Titan. Nautilus. So top lane Reeds. Jungler is the Hexam, and the mid lane is Galio. The farming lane is Timo, and the support is Nautilus, is Titan. So let's go to the game, and this time we should focus on not focus on team fight, focus on the battle line. I think we can do it very well. So let's go to the first match between LNG and JD Gaming. Okay, Kanavi has ganked Dunbi and another ganked, and it's even a solo kill. That's strange. And then Lumao was dead, and Tarzan is ganked by Kanavi again, and now Kanavi is 3-0, and Lumao is dead another time. And a double kill, not a double kill. Yes, a double kill for Kanavi. And now it's 12 Now it's 30 minutes, so this time we still cannot broke the record of 1557. And a 0 for 5, a triple kill for Kanavi. So this time I will give my MVP to Kanavi because he plays so well. He has ganked Tarzan and then solo kill Doing B and solo kill Tarzan, and he has played also very well in the team fight. So a Quadra, is it a Panda or just a Quadra? I cannot figure it out. Except later I just check it, but I don't want to check it because it will waste a lot of time. And the MVP, as I said, is given to Kanavi. 1505. This is a amazing KDA. I don't think it will happen in the real games. And the point of the game, Team JD Gaming's Hubby's first appearance this season. What can we expect to see? Okay, let's go. So Kanavi's KDA is also not perfect because he has died in the training game, but Hubby, Zoom, Misaka, and Clearlove, their KDAs are perfect. So, they have Ale is on the stage, so I think the coach of LNG has been smarter than the last game. So this time I'll ban the champion of Ale. I will ban Jax, Aarox, and Reeds. Not Reeds, but Camille. I will not ban Camille, but I will first pick Camille for QB or Kanavi. They both can play this champion. I will ban Aarox, and I will not ban Camille. But those champions are then I will ban Camille. And let's see what will they do. Graves. Okay, alright. And I will pick top lane. Top lane. I will first pick Reeds because Reeds is very important in this game. If I do not pick, I think Doinbi will pick, but Doinbi has picked this champion. I forgot the name. I need to see it. Oh, Vector. And they have also picked Elise. So I'll pick a champion for the jungler. Lee Sin. You do not pick it, and I will pick it. And I will pick a champion for the mid lane. I will prefer mid lane Reeds and top lane Teemo. We can play Teemo, so why don't we play it? So I'll pick Teemo. And then they pick Alistar. Alistar is very useful in the not only the professional games but also the rank during our normal lives, because this champion can do a lot of things. He can be a tank in front of the team because his final skill, his R, and he can also eat the enemy, and he can control the enemies very well. So Alistar is a very good pick, I think. But something bad for this champion is that this champion is quite I don't want to say huge, but stupid sometimes, because uh, you know sometimes this champion will just move very slowly, and then other people can just get away from him, and then he can do nothing. And then they pick this champion, and I'll pick a AD carry, maybe Lucian this time. And support, for support I will pick Titan again. So this time they ban a lot of champion, but I do not care. And they pick this champion. I think Ala is one of the best Fiona player now. I can still remember he used Fiona on LPL All Stars. I think it's a show. He plays so well, at least on that game. But he now played very, very bad in the reality, and so I don't want to say something more. And now Hubby and Misaka is all killed, and Clearlove is also killed. So now the only perfect KDA is remained by Zoom. When Zoom is killed, then his KDA will not be perfect too. And now Misaka is 0-2, so this time we should. But Hubby is 3-1, so this time we should focus on Hubby, and now 4-1. So Misaka can be very, very bad, but Hubby he will rule the game. But this time I think LNG just played so much better than the last game they did, because this time they have killed some players on my side, and in the last game I think it's a score of 0-22 or 0-28. I cannot remember it, but they lose very ugly. So I think this time they did a lot of they did much better, but Misaka is now 3-2-3-2-1. It's a very bad KDA, and MVP is for Kanavi's Lee Sin. But even though he is killed a lot of time, but he also have the largest damage inflicted. So let's see the damage received. Oh, they have wasted a lot of damage on Lucian, so Timo can just happily attack the enemies, and Lee Sin can just did something that every player can do. They can just go to fight with the carriers, with doing B and with light, and then they can just solo kill them. And for this time, the MVP is for Kanavi with a KDA of 3-0-1. Okay, Doom's player report. Doom proficiency on reads has increased. Only one game he increased one proficiency. That's very, very good. So the lowest KDA now is Misaka, because she is killed 3 times in the game. So let's go to the next match. Let's see what is the next. Oh, but the game is stopped. So we need a time to wait it to be fixed. If it's not fixed, then we need to restart it. But it is fixed itself, so we do not need to be worried. And I think next time I will just delete these images. I will fix this problem that those 5 images are not the real one. So I will just find the real images and place them on. I remember that this image is on the ID of 000 plus the number of the player's ID. So I will just make it and ensure that here they will not be those fake images. So let's just go to the game against RNG. So the point of the game is that will they be able to hold a Hubby of Team JD Gaming? Will Champion Reeds of Xiaohu make appearance? Will Lee Sin of Zoom make appearance? So why Lee Sin became a very good champion choice of Zoom? I don't know. I thought I make Swain a very good champion of Zoom, but I do not remember that I make Lee Sin a very good champion. So just see so they ban Lee Sin, maybe because Kanavi and Zoom and Clearlove, those three players can use lacing very good. So this time we can limit which player. So Min can play a lot of champions. Gala can just play 3 champion outstanding. So just ban Kaiser, Sha, and Virus. So and then Gala cannot play those 3 champions, and so we can just focus on the bottom lane, focus on the farming lane, and make sure that Misaka can play very, very well. So but they ban Lucian, which champion that Misaka has played in the last game. I think maybe Kenju has did a very well BP choice. So when they banned Lucian, it surprised me a lot because I saw in this game that the coach of other teams, the artificial intelligence coach, are just trying to ban those champions that are very well, that has a very high very high proficiency value. I saw that they are doing the BP just because of the value. So when he choose to ban Lucian, it's very strange to me. So I thought he did a very good BP choice, and then I will choose which champion for Kanavi. They ban Lee Sin, and so we can choose which one. I don't know. Maybe Xinzhao. So let's see what Wei and Xiaohu will choose. They have choose LeBron and Barom. Which will be the third choice? Alex for Breeze. Okay, they choose Alex, so we need to choose a poke champion in the mid lane. But Zoom cannot play those poke champions. That will be something that is very sad. Zoe. I don't consider Zoe as a poke champion, but I don't consider Zoe as a very good champion that Zoom can play, but I can still choose it because she is a poke champion. So I choose Jinx as the first pick for Misaka. So then I should consider which champion I will choose for Hubby. Maybe Teemo again. So just do which champion, jungler and mid and AD carry. So they can play 2 junglers and and only 2 AD carries. So then I will ban this champion and Misfortune. They ban Alistar and Seti. So I'll ban Misfortune. Where is Misfortune? Where is Misfortune? Here. And they choose for top lane. They do not ban Teemo. Where is Teemo? Is there a poke champion? Yes, I will rather, but it is against adults. I think Teemo will be a good choice. So I will give the counter pick to Clearlove. Let's see what champion he can choose. So they choose Olive for Wei and Corki for Gala. Why they choose Corki? I don't know. It's very weird. So we do not have. We have Xinzhao, so maybe Rakan. I think Rakan can be a good choice. But Rakan plus Jinx is very strange. But I will still pick Rakan. They did not ban Sha. I banned Sha myself. I have banned 5 AD carries. Maybe it's a respect to Gala, the final MVP of 2021 MSI. Gala has become now a Gala is now becoming a very, very good AD carry. He has won world champion twice. I mean, not the world, but the MSI in 2021 and 2022 in the team of RNG. He has played very well in the bottom lane, and many people think that he is the next Uzi, but I thought that he will not be the next Uzi, but he will be Gala himself. And now there are a lot of fights, and now, okay, so now we are going to win the game, and Xiaohu is killed, and the breast killed, and the top towers are going down, and even the top inhibitor is going down. And then at 0 for 5, a 1 for 3, a double kill for Hubby, and JDG has ended the game. So the MVP is given to Hubby, whose Teemo has had a damage inflicted of 28.3k. It's a huge number. And Zoom story, even though it is a poke champion, but it has only 5.2k. If it is in the reality, then I think many people will say that Zoom is a very bad Zoe player because he chose a poke champion, but he has a very, very, this is a very little damage compared to Xiaohu's LeBron and Wei's Olive and Breeze's 127. It's strange. But I still think the Wei is not better than Bing. I think Bing is a very good player. So let's see the point of the game. Does anything change? Read the listing, Hubby, nothing changed. So just go to the lineup stage. Can I call that lineup stage? What I will say that let's see the lineup. So the only perfect KDA is also for Zoom, even though he played so bad at the last game. His Zoe has a very low damage, but he does not die. So he is also the only one perfect KDA. And except Doom, Kanavi has got the highest KDA, and then Shuby, Clearlove, and at last is Misaka because she has got killed for a lot of times. I think every team that play against of my team will say that Misaka should be die, even though the team fight will lose. So just go to the BP stage and let's see what will RNG do this time. And this time we have got the first pick, the choice of the first pick. But let's see what champion the Wei can play. 4 champions, including Lee Sin. So why not ban those champions that Wei can play? Carbon Force, Olive, and Xin Zhao. So now I will first pick Lee Sin. If they refuse to ban Lee Sin. If they ban Lee Sin, then okay, they did not ban Lee Sin. So I will ban Olive and Xin Zhao. Kanavi and Zoom, those 2 players can play Lee Sin well, so I'm not worried if they refuse to ban Lee Sin. Okay, to ban Seti, so my first pick will be Lee Sin. Where is Lee Sin? Here. And then if they do not pick a champion for Wei, then for the 4th and 5th ban, I will give to Wei. And they pick Sha, the first pick, because they know that if they do not pick a AD carry champion, then I will ban the AD carry champion, just as what I did in the last game. So they pick the bottom lane, they pick Sha and the Thresh for Gala and Ming. So now I need to choose a champion for Kanavi. Oh no, I have already picked Listing for Kanavi. So Fiona for Hubby, and then the mid lane. Oriana. But this time I think we should focus on operation this time because those champions are very weak at the beginning of the game. And they pick Lilia for Wei, so and they banned the AD carries because they have already picked AD carries, so they ban those champions which Misaka can play. So they have not play. They did not choose a champion for Breeze or Xiaohu, so they now ban this champion. And reads. But they can choose. They can still choose Corki, the airplane, for Xiaohu. But they choose Lucian. So it's mid lane Lucian and bottom lane Sha. So which one will I choose? I said that we need a which champion is very strong, very powerful when the game is very very long. Kaiser, Seawell, Jin, Israel, Jinx. Maybe one of Jinx or Wayne. Maybe Wayne. Maybe Jinx. Jinx. And then we need a support that can hold the game. Leona will be a good choice. But if I choose Leona, then we have no choice to start a team fight. The only wish is that Lee Sin can play so well and to start a team fight, but that is not something that will always happen. So Leona or Rakan. Leona. I think Leona is great in this pick. So which one will they choose? Jax. They choose Jax to play against Fiona. I think it is a very brave choice. Very, very brave, I think. So just focus on the operation and let's go to the game. JD game on the blue side and RNG on the red side. I think this time this game will last for very, very long because the team we choose, the champion I choose is very strong on the. but but now we have got a score of 8-1 and a double kill for Hubby, and then we're going to win when the game is only 10 minutes. That's very strange. I think Oriana and Jinx and Lisi and Fiona and Leona, this team is not that strong at this time when the match is only 16 minutes. But we have ended the game and score is 23-2. And Zoom is dead this time. Zoom's KDA is 4-1-7. His KDA is not perfect. And MVP is for Hubby, whose KDA is 7-0-5. And he has got 2 double kills in this game. Maybe 1 double kill and 1 triple kill, because the subtitle is just going very very quickly, so I cannot catch them. I can just see what kill, and then they are going away. So I do not know that Shuby has got a double kill or a triple kill at the end of the game. So just forgot about it. And Huby's player reports. Timo and Misaka's Jinx. So let's see how well Hubby can play with Timo. Very good. Okay. And about Misaka, Jinx has become a very good choice for her too. So now maybe Misaka will be the contract salary is only 0. Is that a bug? Why? I don't know. I thought it would be very high. 125, 66, and Misaka is 50. Okay. Kanavi is the most expensive player. Alright. I thought it would be Misaka because she is very young. She's much younger than Kanavi. Kanavi is 22-year-old and she's only 16-year-old. And she has got a lot of champions she can play, but Kanavi this is limited. But maybe because Kanavi has a higher salary, I don't know. And next match we're going to play against TS Top Esports. So I think it will be the last game for the day, where I will play it after I go out of home. So just see the match schedule. Play against LGAM, maybe LGD in the reality, and TS in the reality Top Esports. And the best performers weekly will be Love, who has been selected as the player of the week. Love has played in 4 matches, recording 20 kills and 29 assists. With his brilliant performance at the Summer's Rift, his team, TS, has recorded 4 wins during the last week. And the weekly league results. Edward Gaming is is the front runner, and TS is at the 2nd place, and we are on the 3rd place. And team we play against is LNG and RNG are on the 4th place, and Farmer Phoenix is also on the 4th place, and IG. But OMG, LGD, and WBG, those 3 teams are on the last position. I think that WBG in this league manager is so weak. Often considered to be one of the best jungler now in LPL, is only 68 points, the lowest in the team, even much lower than Sword Art, who plays so bad in LPL. I think that Sword Art can be only maybe 60 points or 70 points. I think 75 points is the highest I can give to him, but in the game he has 81 points. That's strange. And I thought that Soften should have a point of maybe 78, at least 78. But he has only got 68. So let's go to the last match. Top Esports versus JD Gaming. And the game is stocked. So just wish that... okay, we do not wish because it fixed itself. So let's see the point of the game. Team Top Esports, Hofel's first appearance in this season. What can we expect to see? Who is Hofel? Will they be able to hold off Hubby of Team JD Gaming? Will Champion Zoe of Night make an appearance? Okay, so those are the KDAs. The highest is Zoom, the 2nd highest is Kanavi, the 3rd highest is Shuby, and the second lowest is Clearlove, and the lowest is Misaka, who has got a KDA of 10.2. So top lane is way worse. So even though Love has won the weekly MVP, but Top Esports choose not to have Love on the stage. But hopeful. I think it is a fake person in the game because I don't listen. Uh, I don't know his name in reality. I think it is a fake person. So just let's see what the fake person can play. 3 champions, including Shaw. But I will still. Maybe I should. Maybe I should ban Shaw, Misfortune, and Lucien this time. I think that is something I should do. Misfortune. And they ban Wayne and the Rambo. And then I will not ban Lucien. I'll ban Lucy. I don't know if we're not hopeful can play Quirky, but I think that the Quirky is for Knight, and they pick Oriana. And for top line, I will choose which one? Camille, Jax, Craven, Timo, Moffat, Nar. I will first pick a champion for the. Maybe it's real. But I will choose this champion. I will choose Irelia. It really is fine. It does not matter. So I will just play Irelia. And Olive for Kanavi. Tian. Which champion will Tian choose? Adults. Okay. And Suresh. So they choose Adults for Wayward and Suresh for Draw. And Oriana for Knight. So I will choose which champion? I think I will choose a mid lane champion. But I will choose a lot of champions that need to fight. But they also choose a fight team. So why not Akli? So we need to ban. They do not choose a champion for Tian, so. But Tian can play so many champions. We should restrict him from choosing Lee Sin because Lee Sin is quite powerful playing against my team. So they choose to ban Barom and Seville. So this time, Tian. I think the horse should also be banned. And for the AD carrier, I think I should choose Kaisa. You can fly into the enemies and they choose Jin. Jin and Xin Zhao for Tian. So the support I will choose which one? Leona. I think we should choose a AP support, but also can fight. I think Leona will be a good choice. But Alistar is also a good choice. I'm quite. Maybe Reckon. I think Reckon will be the best choice this time. So let's go to the focus on team fight. And we should support Kaisa. We should protect her. And just speed the game up. And this is the second last single game I think maybe the third last, because if the big score is 1-2-2 or 2-1, then this will be the second last game. But if the big score is 2-0, then it will be the second last game. And now the small score is 4-0. And now the second dragon is born, and it's a winged dragon. A double kill for Misaka, and the winged dragon is slain. And another double kill for Kanavi. Kanavi is now having a KD of 60-4. So I think the MVP will given to Kanavi this time. And the Tian is killed. And now Tian is 0-5. And 0-6 now. Wayward is 0-2. Knight is 1-3. And now the 3 Tarwant at each line is destroyed. And now a 1-4-5. So we got the dragon and the Baron, and then a cryo Q for Misaka, and then the game is end. I don't know if she has got a panda Q, but I'm pretty sure that she has a quadra, because I saw quadra, the letter QUADRA, and the MVP is given to Kanavi. Just see the damage; it's very, very huge numbers. And see the damage received. The highest is Zooms Ugly 4-1-8, got a damage of 70.7k. So Misaka has a very good KDA, but she has a very little damage inflicted. That's fine. Will they be able to hold off Hubby of Team JD Gaming? Will Champion Lee Sin of Zoom make an appearance? Will Champion Joy Knight of Night make an appearance? So when this sentence came out, I knew that Jackie Love is, they have switched the bottom lane, and Jackie Love is now going to play against Misaka. So just go to the BP stage and see here, Jackie Love. So, he can play so many champions. That is a bad news. And Xiaopeng is on the stage instead of Tian. So why not we ban champions of Xiaopeng? But I think we can ban Auto, Sati, and Jess of Wayward, and then he can play nothing. Exactly nothing. And they ban this champion, they ban Rumble, and Shen. So I will still ban Sati and Jess. Sati and Jess are two of the only 3 champions that Wayward can play, so we should restrict the champion that he can choose. And they ban Wayne. So which champion did we choose last time? Maybe we can choose a team that is very good at poke. Kainen. Let's see which champion will they choose. If they do not choose a champion for Xiaopeng, then I think I should ban the jungler in the second phase. So they choose Kai'Sa for Jackie Love, the owner of the skin of Kai'Sa. IG Kai'Sa skin. It's very beautiful. And I think it's one of the most well done skin. Champion skin. The world champion skin. I think one of the best will be Kai'Sa. And I will pick Graves, and for the mid lane, Aza. and they choose Doi. So they do not pick a champion for Xiaopeng. So I think I should ban the champions of Xiaopeng this time. Li Xing and Xin Zhao. So they choose the poke team, and I choose a poke team. So I should make sure that they do not have a champion that can start a team fight. And they ban Morgana of Clearlove 7. Okay, they choose this champion. They choose Garen. Is strange. And I'll choose Israel. And let's play Israel plus Karma. So it's AP, AD, AP, AD, and AP. And they choose Kindred. But they just have a tank of Garen, but we have no tank. So let's see what will happen. Let's focus on the line battle. I think we can win the game just based on the line battle. The battle on each line. So, in China we call the fight between JD Gaming and Top Esports brother derby because, those two teams are very similar and they won the LPL in the same year and they have the same player of Zoom and even and also their players are friends, so we call those two teams brothers, so we called it brothers derby. And it's just a funny speech, so don't care about it. I'm just telling a very bad joke, not joke, but a funny story. But it is happening in reality, and a 0 for 5, a double kill for Clearlove 7, who uses Karma, got a double kill. And now we're going to win the game because the score is now 13-3. And a 0-5, another double kill for Clearlove 7. And we got the Dragon Soul and the third double kill for Clearlove this time. And the MVP is given to Kanavi, who uses Graves, got a KDA of 7-0-7. It's a very high KDA. I can say it is almost a perfect KDA. And ACE is given to Knight, even though he uses Zoe, just have a damage of 5.6k. Is only the half. Is almost one third of Jaculov's damage, but the AC is still given to Knight, who uses Zoe, got a KDA of 0-3-0, but Jaculov got a KDA of 1-6-2, and Joel got a KDA of 2-5-0. And just see what Xiaopeng and Wayward do. The top lane got the KDA of 0-5, and Xiaopeng got the KDA of 0-4. Is too bad. And let's see the reports. Kaisa increased, and Rakan increased. Alright, that's good. But he can still play one supporting champion, that is Morgana. So I think I should make one of those champions a very outstanding champion of Clearlove. But he is 29-year-old. He is very old. Zoom is 25. Kanavi is 22. Hubby is 23. But this age does not matter because he's a robot. And I can change this too. And Misaka is only 16-year-old. It's a little girl, but a very young professional gamer. I think 16-year-old is not very young for the esports players, but is definitely not old, and she has got if skills and keep her stress, she can almost play 10 years after this year, because some of the players can play until 27-year-old, I think. Core JJ and Doinbi can play. Doinbi is now 26 years old and he is still one of the best jungler in China, and Core JJ is one of the best. I should say the best support in US. So I think if she can keep her skills and keep her stress and keep her power, I think she can play for the next 10 years and be the top players. So we have played 3 games, maybe 4 games this time. The first game is the training game. We have won FunPlus Phoenix with a score of 1-0, and the next game for the next 3 games is the LPL game, and we have won LNG, RNG, and TS. All of them as a score of 2-0. And for the first week, we are this at the third place, and now we have one TS who is on the second place. So I think we will be the first place maybe 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks after, 2 weeks later, and during the time we played, the best player in the first week is Clearlove, and then we beat him, and he lose. So that's all for today, and thank you for watching it. And I will end the game. First, I will save the game, and then I will end the game. Bye.